Figured before I started welding these panels on, I should work on them. They're in bad shape. So up here on the table, I'll be able to straighten out a little better. They're in really bad shape. So really bad. Okay, let's see what we got here. All right, this had a nice big crease right here that kind of went up into there. It's way better than it was. It's still not good, but it's getting the general shape. This here needs a lot of work back here. but got some of the big bumps out. You can see where the right there was where the big crease dent was. So I got most of it out. This brace that was here was right in the way for working, so I cut it out. So I'm going to work this some more. Work this area some more. This is going to be cut off in here somewhere. When this thing sat, this sat at my family property, my dad's property, my uncle's property. Probably for the last, I don't know, 40 years. When I found it, it was in the dirt, right about in here somewhere. So you can see the different color. This had lived underground for the last 40 years or 50 years, maybe 60 years. Probably 60 years, yeah. Just as a coupe body sitting in a field. And when I found it, I got it from my cousin Alan. He found it in the blackberry bushes. So anyway, I'm going to work on this back corner a little bit. And I'll attack this other one. This other one has other type of issues. Back corner's bad too, right there. I'll probably cut the brace onto this one too, because I want to be able to run it through the wheel and the planishing hammer. So this one's got a big, it's dented this way. So. You might ask yourself, why would I work on something that's so bad? Well, this has shape to it, okay? See that? If I was to make that from scratch, you know how much work that would be? I don't even have the skills to do that. But more than that, this was my dad's car. Well, it's a family car that he drove when he was 16 years old. So that's the value to me. You know, my dad, as a 16-year-old kid, opened the door, got in here, and drove this to wherever he needed to go. That's the value. As far as a car body, it hardly has any value. So when it's up and running and I'm driving it around, I'll go, yeah, that's the car my dad drove when he was a kid. Okay, let's check out this second piece. This is the driver's side. This one's got a big bow in it right here. Overall, I think this side's better than the other side. The other side had a big old crease there. I'm going to cut this bar out so that later, well, it's easier to work. Later I could run the planishing hammer through there. This back corner has been smashed in, pushed down a little bit. Again, you could see where the ground level was, right in here somewhere. So the back corner, one time I got smacked pretty good there. I pushed it down a little bit. This corner's been pushed in. This is pretty good along here. A little dinger there. But I think the biggest thing is this dish. You can see it. Dish down in there. A line right through here. But Model T is pretty simple. No moldings, no ridges, just mostly flat sheets. So, okay, let's start on this one. Okay, it's not perfect, but it's way better than it was. And I think it's got the basic shape now so that I could start making the skeleton for it. My goal for all of this is to get this back on the road. That's one of the goals. Another goal is to learn the techniques to make a skeleton for this. Like, all these things are curved. Like this one's curved. That's got a slight curve. I think this is pretty flat there. Totally curved. So gonna learn some techniques in making the framework, the skeleton, and then my big goal, main long-term goal, is to do a 26, 27 Model T Roadster replica and a steel. Okay, so this is way better than it was. It's, like I say, it's not perfect. There was, yeah, right here was that one big dent scar right there. This had multiple problems, but I think we're there. We're good enough to get it back on the car. This has its general shape now. It's still not where it needs to be, but I think we're good enough to move on to the next. I wanted to show you some of the tools I'm using. I started, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago, gathering tools and stuff to do body work. And I know some of this is unconventional, but it works. So you can pick up these, listen to this. Oh, that's not supposed to sound like. It's supposed to sound like this. I don't even sound right. So anyway, I picked up a few of these bowling pins from the local lanes. They're the ones they throw out because they're damaged. And I was able to make a couple hammers. Here's a bowling pin. Here's the head of it, and here's the base. This really comes in handy. It got some weight to it, and this is a smaller end, and then this is a bigger end. So I know they're not what you would think of when you think of sheet metal working tools, but it's what I came up with, and I think I saw somebody else do that. This here is not a framing hammer. This is a roofing hammer for doing roof work, and I saw it in a store, and I thought, you know, that's really slick. So it comes in handy at times. And this is Matt from Matt's Off-Road Recovery. This is his favorite tool, claw hammer. That one's dedicated to Matt because it's got the yellow. This here's a leather bag, purse, and it's full of lead. Maybe I should open it. Should I open it? Yeah, I'll open it. Show you guys what's in it. It's full of different sizes of lead. Yeah, there we go. And I got all this lead from I don't know if it's lead shot or what. I got it from a guy that was into reloading. His father was into reloading shells, and he's into reloading. And it was just some extra stuff. I don't know if it was corroded or what. But I got a lead bag, lead leather bag, and I want to show you this other piece of equipment I got. And boy, is it raining today. Can you hear that? It's coming down pretty good. So it's a piece of equipment I made a couple years ago, and what it is, it's got three trailer hubs right there, and when you pump down on this, it puts pressure in the middle one, and when you roll this through, it makes curved metal. So this wheel right here, I made this wheel here, this round wheel, with this machine. So the reason I'm showing you that is that's what I'm going to use to make the skeleton. I say skeleton, I'm not sure what to call it, but skeleton sounds good. You can see this curve here, right there. Well, I'm going to curve a piece of steel, piece of one by one tubing, similar to that curve. And then this will have a little curve to it, and this will have more of a curve to it. So I'm going to make a skeleton that the sheet metal will bolt to, not bolt to, it'll end up welding to eventually. So that's the plan. Anyway, I think I'm going to end the video here. And there's my doors right there. I'll be chopping the tops off and use that. And boy, is it raining today. See the rain just coming down. Almost feels like fall when, what is it today? Is it the last day of May? Maybe it's the first day of June, I don't remember. So, I think I'll just leave this right about here. If you want to see my mug, I'll turn this camera around. Well, you can't really see me now, can you? Well, I might have to turn around. There you go. There I am. Whee! Anyway, I'm going to close off this video right here. And catch you on the next time. Adios.